Yes, go.
One pitch, one family, one mission, change. Welcome to Elkambi Academy in Uganda, where football meets education and futures are built together. Hello everyone, we are back in the studio and this is the Joy's Course Corner, and today we are going to be a bit different because we are going to discuss more about the other side of the football part, where I'm going to be answering some questions because today I have a visitor who would like to ask me some questions about the life we had during the football tournament for schools 2 years back, I think. And today we are having a special visit from an engineer and a friend to Elkambio, a friend to Kimaanya Secondary School, and a former student from there, and a supporter of Elkambio and Masaka Sunshine, I think, and a friend to one of the coaches here, and he would love to be invited here. And today we have been waiting for this time to come, and it's here now. I'd like him to introduce himself, and then we can continue with the conversation today.
Okay, thank you very much, Joel, for the opportunity of hosting me here this afternoon. I go by the name of Derek Bwanika Kaketo. I happen to be a civil engineer by profession. You did say I am a former student of Blessed Sacrament Kimaanya, which is correct. You also did say I'm a supporter of Sunshine Academy, Masaka Sunshine and Elkambio, which is also correct. I'm also actually at the moment a board member at Blessed Sacrament Kimaanya, representing the old students on the top governing institution of the school. And I happen to be an ardent football follower. I have lived, watched soccer. I did join BSK in the year 2013. That's about 12 years ago. And I must tell you, I have watched football at BSK for the last 12 or 13 years. Yeah. From 2013 to 2026. It's unfortunate we did not have football there this year, but we'll be back better. However, when some time back you did have that inquiry on your account, you asked people to ask you questions. Yeah. And because I've lived with people who have always wanted to have the other side of the story, I said, no, I think I need to sit down with you and have a discussion essentially about that journey. Yeah. About Elkambio, fine, but the larger part, the life of Elkambio at BSK and how it formed you as a player amongst the others, the James, Hamza, Torach, and the others. Yeah, so I think we'll have a good afternoon with such a kind of interaction and discussion, and hopefully the viewers out there will like it and get to learn more.
I guess you love it, and I'm glad to have you, because I've also been excited to hear from what you're going to ask me, how the conversation will look like, and I'd like to start now, because the viewers will be also, maybe they're excited to hear what you're going to be talking about.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. I'm trying to find where to start from, but I'll start with the simplest way or the simplest approach. When did you get to BSK, and how did you find life there? BSK is Blessed Sacrament Kimaanya. Getting there, the class, and then eventually juggling between football and the class environment during your stay there.
Yeah, I guess it's a long story, because also the year I joined Elkambio, it was the year I joined BSK. Okay. It was 2020, I think. 2020, yeah, at the beginning, because we played tryouts with the James, Najib, Koma, Uzaifa, and we're the ones that recruited in that year into Elkambio, because there were 15 players, and then we made the number to 19 that year. We were 5 who were recruited in. And then that year we had to find a school, of course, to study, because by then I was in senior 2, and then it was BSK, because the former students where they were attending. So we had to also join them. That year, that's when the COVID-19 came, and then we had to break of football and school for like a year. And then when we went back, we just got promoted to another class. And then there was a school team. For us, we were like students, normal students, just going to school to get education and then go back to the academy and play football. El Cambio, because that was the case. And we were a bit different from the other students because we were coming off school 1 hour before the others because we had to go prepare for football the next hours with coaches at El Cambio. But then, when the year went on, we had a chance to represent the school as a football team. Yeah. And it was so happy. I was so happy to hear that message from the director, Thomas, that we are going to represent the school. And I think that year when we represented it, the first time, it was my best year at school.
Okay, yeah, we'll get there. And I think it's where we are coming to. That's 2023, I think, when you first had the school's football tournament. And luckily enough, it was hosted in Masaka.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Moving into BSK in Senior 2 with the characteristic life of footballers had been known, because earlier on, I think in the year 2018, I think is when BSK had attained the highest level of performance in the national post-primary schools football. They did play and lost the final to Budo SSC in Mbarara Kacheka. At least I was there, I watched the game. And there was a break in 2019. Then 2020, COVID came in. 2021, I think it was again COVID. 2022 is when I think there was some bit of trial where the school team was playing alongside involving some of the El Cambio players. Yeah. I don't know if you remember that game in Kako, where one of you was dribbling near the goal, lost the ball, and we conceded, and it had some issues. Yeah. All those things I was watching and I was following, but I'd like to start there. Fully, you're now inheriting a team that I would probably say the most supported football school team in Masaka, in one way or another. It is up to the debate between Masesco and then BSK, but at least it ranks among the top 1 or 2. How did it come off? And getting onto the field of play, and then finally these qualifiers, and I'll go to the main game. I think the first one was the semi-final at the district level, where you were playing against Africa with Love, if I'm not mistaken. Sure. And I think the 3 players were off, and the game was 0-0 at halftime. So tell us, how was the reception of the students before you were playing for them? Much as they knew you would play good football, you'd sit with them, you'd study with them, but at the end of the day, you would have a different team show up to play for them, because at the end of the day, you're playing on their behalf. Yeah, that's the story I would love to hear.
Yeah, I think I will start with the incident that you said when some of the players were allowed to play for the school, and not the world team, but they had some, like, before they were joining the team, they had some conversations with the director of El Cambio that this and this should be done. And so when the game ended and one of the El Cambio players made a mistake and the team lost the game, then criticism started from there. Maybe some fans were loving it that we are playing for the school, but some were hurt because the school lost the game. But by then, and then none of us played again for the school. But then we got a chance and we were all recruited in as the school team.
Yeah, that's I think the following year.
Yeah, the following year. And I was a bit nervous because the school had many fans. And at school, some of the students were, because we were like big men in school, but we're not playing. And some students, as you know, some have jealousy about you are coming from the whites. You are seen as special in school. Some were not having it that you are going to play.
Here now you are.
Yeah.
And you're entering the pitch on their behalf.
Yeah. And then the first game was against St. Jude, one of the also the big schools in Masaka. And everyone was saying they are young, they can't play football. But for us as the team, we were together and we said this is our chance to shine and to show everyone that we are around Masaka. And this is a special place for us to show that we are here. And then the game was supposed to be played on Tuesday, and then it was postponed on Wednesday, and that increased the nervousness that we had that day. And then we said we shall play. The next day we had a game.
Yeah.
And we were nervous.
I think you won that. We won that game
3-0,
3-0.
the first game.
I remember I watched it.
Our morale was boosted the next games because the group stage, they are small teams, of course. We won all of them. And then the semi-finals, we had some players who were not going to be around for some time because they had to go for a visa for Denmark. And then the time reached for the game when they were not ready in Masaka. And the fans were nervous, the teachers at school, they said, these players should be here around because it's a big game. And everyone was nervous. We reached the game, and the first half, we were in front by a penalty, I think. After the penalty, like 5 minutes passed, we were equalized. And then everyone said, we told you, they are small, they can't play competitive football. And then when the guys arrived at the pitch, everyone was shouting. Yeah. And then we won the game, unfortunately, and then we had to play the finals next
okay.
year.
Yeah, I remember James scored that goal as soon as he came on. And we go to one of my most interesting points. You've played and won against Africa with Love at 2-1. You now set up Masaka Derby, which is Masaka SS against BSK, which was coming up in the famous Masaka Recreation Grounds for the very first time in about 4 or 5 years because of the COVID years. The previous year, Kimaanya had not made it to the final. So, how was the build-up to the game? We'll speak about the result later. I remember we did win that game, as a matter of fact. And I think from 2013, it was the first time Kimaanya was winning a final against Masaka SS in Masaka Recreation Grounds. We had beaten them in Chotera, we had beaten them in Sembabule, we had beaten them in Soroti, we had also beaten them in Kabale, but specifically at the home ground in Masaka Recreation Ground. So how did it come up from the build up to the game itself, the approach? I must say, to me, it is one of the most entertaining games I have watched between the two schools and the entire school's football. And then the eventual result, you remember, drawing a 0-0, going to the penalty. We missed first. They also eventually missed theirs and eventually won. So, kiki kye tutaalaba abataali awo oba kiki kyoyinza okutunyumiza okutubuulira?
I think, as I've said at the start, we were nervous, the whole team, because everyone was expecting us and Masaka Secondary to reach the finals, and we're also working for that whenever we meet them, we should be the best team for us, and we should win. Before the game, we had some technical issues within the team, from the boss to the coaches and also us, the players, because some players were a bit injured, and the coaches say they can play, and then the boss was saying no, they should not play. The ones that are fit, they should play. And one of them was the captain, Hamza.
Hamza did not play that game.
He came in and the last few minutes, they added time.
I remember he missed a free kick in the dying minute. Okay, because I remember Torach captaining that team.
That was the main issue behind the game, because everyone also asked the players because the day we had the finals, because at El Cambio, everything is about character, education, and football. Even if we had the finals, we had to go to school in the morning, and we come back in the afternoon before the game. So we went to school, in the morning, everyone thought it's
You
the
were-
best
you-
team should play today.
You were in class that day?
Yeah, we were in class. And everyone,
That's news to me. Okay.
and everyone to us thought the best team should play. And everyone, if you are put on the bench and you see the best in the pitch, you were contented that let me be on the bench, I'll come in and play. Yeah. And then reached time, we came back home to get the lineup. Hamza was out, and we asked all of us why. Then they gave us the issue was with the boss. Hamza is not fine, so we all, but we gave it, and we said, let's leave it, let's play the game. Let's give the best, then we can win for him, or maybe for him. We play for him to win. And then when we went the pitch, people were many because there were around 4 schools who had to play that day, and all of them invited the fans to come and watch. And then the city guys, the people, spectators, because we had many fans, and also Masaka SS had their fans. So the pitch was full, and that increased the intensity of the game from the dressing room. And when we entered the dressing room, because Masaka Recreation before, it was not built properly. So we had to share the same room, the Masaka SS, and we did not have time to warm up. So we had to do the warm up inside the room, the same room. So they were shouting the other side as they also shouting this side, warming up. Everyone scaring the others. So it was a crazy time there, and we just boosted our morale that we should show them who we are. And then it reached time to enter the pitch. When the first whistle brought, everyone was relieved, and we said, this is the game we should show ourselves. Yeah.
Okay. Coming off in a pitch where you because everyone around Masaka had come to learn that given the fact that you were training in Masaka recreation grounds for about 5 or so years, it came to a point where you had mastered the art of the pitch. And people usually say,
Yeah.
where was the nervousness coming in from? Because you are going into a pitch, you were used to, you had played into. Was it about the name, or these stories of you don't win against that team in that pitch, you know this, that had reached you and it was probably affecting your performance?
Yeah, to give the right answer is that only 3 of us of the team, the 3 players had played the school tournament. As you said last time, when they made a mistake, something like that. Only Gavin, Elvis, and I think Isaac, who was not around that time.
Isaac had left by then.
They had tested the feeling of the game of school tournament. But reaching that time, all of us, it was our first tournament for the school's secondary school tournament. And then seeing it was, I think, it reached to 10,000 spectators in the pitch. And it was like the first time for us to see. So that, and we were still young. We are seeing big men, we are going to play against. It's a derby, Masaka derby. So it had to bring the nervousness. So that's, I think, the facts.
Building on to that win, you went on to win against St. Henry's Chitovo in the city final the following day. Fast forward, we went for the regionals in Kalangala, beat people many goals. We eventually lost to St. Henry's in the semi-final. I remember that it was 1-0 with the players on the bench and
technical issues.
Technical issues. And then we finally land the biggest set piece, which was the national possible primaries that were hosted in Masaka. There are 2 games in particular that I want us to briefly talk about. One will be the I remember there is the one against St. Julian, not Julian, St. Entebbe Road, Jana, Standard High Jana, and I think and St. Mary's Chitende game. That day, how was the build-up to the Chitende game? Before I ask my question, because I also have a question regarding the team that showed up that day. How was the build-up to the game? You had defeated people comfortably, Kakunguru, you came and defeated Jana. Jana had tried to play masterclass, you were also trying to play some good football, but you eventually defeated them. So
I think before that day, we played against Zana.
yeah,
Yeah. And then it was raining, of course.
yeah.
It was a rain day. And then we played in the afternoon, so the evening, because after the games, we had to walk around Masaka City, as you know. We're still young, you had to show off that you played the game today and you won, so you had to show the people around.
Yeah.
But that day, we decided all to stay in the camp. And actually, we also asked for ice bath, but it was a rain day. We asked for ice bath to relieve our muscles, so we should be ready for tomorrow. Just passing through the preparation for the game.
Yeah, yeah.
And then we had our phones in the camp, but we gave up to them and we gave them to the coach to keep them. Nothing should distract us because it was a big game. Of course, everyone would love to plug against Chitende and to show the master class that you are the best. And then it reached the morning and then it was raining too much. They said we should plat 2, but the game was keeping on postponing to other times. So it was, we were saying, when is the time reaching? But we were nervous inside. And we didn't want to show that we are nervous. And then we also left lunch. We just asked for some Rolex because it was a small thing that you can eat and you can play game. We asked for Rolex and bananas, and the school provided. Thank you, Kimaanya. The school provided, and then we were ready for the game. Reaching the pitch, they were telling us, don't pick anything in the pitch, and that increased the nervousness. Yeah, the tension of the game. Don't pick anything.
But is it correct there were coins in the pitch?
Yeah, we saw some
because
coins in the pitch.
I've heard about that.
Yeah, there were coins in the pitch. And
did anybody pick them?
I don't know.
Okay.
But I didn't pick anything.
Okay.
And then reached the time, warm-ups, and then after the inspections from the referees, checking the outbounds, they said we should change the stockings. And then they said we should change the shorts for our jersey because they were wearing blue, I think. And then we were wearing red and the blue, and then the white stockings. They said we should change the stockings before the game. And then we waited for another hour at the pitch. And then I think that distracted us much. It was a mind game they played. I think that was the fact.
Okay. So what's your take home? What do you remember from the game? Yes, we lost 2-0. And what do you take from the game?
I think actually I think that was our best year in that school competitions, because the following year didn't work out well like that year. But I think God just wanted us to test the feeling, because if it was not training and the pitch was good, because we know all Masaka now is the best pitch in Masaka. If it was, because we also had some chances on the goal, but the water flooded and then the ball couldn't go in. Some mistakes from the pitch. Also, they had big, tall guys, so they had to use that chance to make crosses.
So the game is done.
Yeah.
You've lost 2-0. What does Coach Abel, Coach Freeze, or Thomas, or whoever it is, normally have to say in such a situation when you've lost? There was a good trial from everybody from the team. You lost to you had about 20,000 spectators, of which a minimum of 15,000 were your supporters.
Yeah, I think before the game, everyone was given the tactics that you should do this on the pitch and you should do this in this situation. But some didn't work out well. We had some other substitutions, and the game. After the game, everyone, of course, we had to set those mistakes before we go, because some mistakes should be told immediately.
Yeah.
We had some conversation.
You spoke of a tactical change in the district final where there was an issue in the camp when Hamza was benched.
Yeah.
I remember the Kitende game. You also had a new face in the goal.
Yeah.
What was the cause of that? Because we realized the goalkeeper we had been seeing in the previous games was not the keeper we were seeing. And, okay, Did you discuss that, or you all saw it from there?
We also saw it from the
Was it
dressing
a-
room before the lineup, because they told us, of course, the Chile guys were big, and the first goalkeeper was a bit short. So the issues of aerial balls, we had to change the goalkeeper for the heights. So that's the change that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I felt like goal number one, no, there's nobody to blame. I think it was only Hamza who was, if I remember very well, who did not come quickly for the guy. But well, that was the wrap for the year. What was your overall, one, I'll come at a personal level, but then at a team level, at a player level, what do you take of that year? Did it improve you? Did it give you an opportunity? Did it make you a better player? Did you find yourselves that you are getting the right test for the competition, for what you're preparing for? Generally, what was your assessment before we move into the second and the final year?
Me, as a player, I think it was a good year for me, because I had different tests, different games. They were good for me because I tried to play my best, and then some games didn't work out well. So they taught me that uh, not every day will be a good day in the office.
Yeah.
So we had to change the mentality that whatever the day brings, you should go on with it. Or maybe if it's a bad day, you just learn from it and then you continue with the other. The bad day builds on the good day next day. Yeah, that's what I picked from it, and I think also it improved my my game understanding and some experience playing in the big stage and nationals, playing good teams, good skills. It was my best year, I think. Now for the football career, I think it has been my best year.
Okay, we'll move to the year 2024, where I think much of the time the team was rotating around you as the senior player around that time. Because I remember for the most of the time, Hamza and the team had moved with the under 17 team. Before you got injured in that game in Noya, I was there.
Yeah.
I remember watching that game in Ngora. I think it was Lagwai.
Yeah.
Sorry for that injury. I hope you've now
It's fine
recovered. I've never recovered, and from that game to the Chitende again that we lost it 2 again, I really felt that probably your presence would have made things better. But the year, I will agree, I'll concur that the year 2024 was largely a trial year, transitioning with the likes of Junior, Frank, Angelo, those young boys that were coming in. They needed time, obviously. The unfortunate bit is that they were inheriting a hyped stage.
Yeah.
They were coming in for a team that had been seen to be very good and very technical. But I believe for the 2 years that have now gone by, they must be better players. I've not had a chance to watch them lately, but I hope I'll be able to watch them soon. How was the responsibility to you as a senior player in handling that transition of that team? Plus, I think it was you, Cafero, before you were injured. Najib was also injured. I think were largely to the rest of the players. Koma was also injured. Yeah. Koma was also injured in Ngora. Yeah. How was it for you, and in comparison with the previous year? Much as you were there the previous year, but much of the team leadership responsibility was resting with Hamza. As a senior player, as a captain, but now fast forward, we move into, because I remember you were captaining the team with the game you lost it to St. Jude in Arena. You all remember those. I was fortunate that much as you were on the pitch, I was on the side watching. What's your comparison of the 2 years?
I think after the boys, the 5 boys who had been called up for the national team, we mentioned that they were not going to be around during that time of school games. Actually, I saw it coming that the responsibility are going to be on me.
Was now shifting to you. Yeah.
The shoulders are going to be now more heavier because last year, in 2023, I had less responsibility because I had to play my role as a player. But this time, I had to be a lead on the pitch, outside the pitch, and also guiding the small ones on the pitch. So I saw that I had to stand out as a captain or a leader on the pitch. So I think it was a bit hard time because that time we had some good and experienced players, James, Isma, and this time we're not around. So, and also the ones that I had bet on that they will be here, they were also injured, like Koma and Najib. They also got injured, so that increased the responsibilities for me. And so I had to use the small players, Junior, Wafula,
Angelo.
so on. So they also found some difficulties, of course, in some games like the St. Jude game, because I think it was their first big game in the school competition. So also saw the mistake that were made in the last minutes because we were leading 1-0 and then playing short passes in the defense, conceding a penalty. Actually, I didn't agree with the penalty, but it's a game. Yeah, I think it was a hard year for me. Yeah, that's what I can say.
Sorry. Okay. I would now want to move a bit further from you as an individual, but to perhaps the team as a whole. You are now moving or transitioning from the young boys that would move into school, have their classes, and then move out. Fast forward, you come into the setup where you represent the school to a level that is at least satisfactory to anyone, and then eventually keeping around school, keeping up with the routines. How did this integration of you playing for BSK one make you feel, and how did it impact your day-to-day life in BSK?
Yeah.
And as learners, okay, not even as bowlers, okay, 1 as learners, then 2 as bowlers, because the BSK, you see, had bowlers earlier whose character and lifestyle had been known to those who lived and studied with them. But you came in with a totally different approach, and especially in terms of discipline, in terms of loving and liking to study. So how was that integration with your classmates? That side story. Muvuddeyo mutishawe omupiira mugugobye. Mukomyewe, of course kusomera temusulayo naye mukomyewo enkeera.
This is a good question. Starting outside school, the fans outside. Of course, before playing for BSK, we were a little interacting with them, with the fans. But when we stepped onto the pitch, playing for BSK, everyone got to know us, getting to know our names, our faces, mastering us. And when you're going, because we used to walk from the academy to the school, and when
actually, just a point there, I was arguing with a friend that one of the attributes that probably El Cambio gotten out of the engagement with the BSK was that it gotten the individual players or the academy and brought it closer to the fans. Yeah. There's a first set of line of fans who have supported El Cambio from the early days of El Cambio. A sizable number of them. I have seen them during regional matches and I've interacted with them. But a large chunk came in during that integration, and it must have been felt. It's one of the things, actually, you're bringing it out, but it's one of the things I really want to hear or understand how it impacted the life or how you look at football, largely with that.
And on that issue, I think El Cambio had helped us so much with the character thing, because you had to have some character sessions every after game on Saturdays, because we used to play Saturday games, and the evening we had character sessions. So that helped us much with our social behaving with the people, because back on the other point of socializing with the fans. So when you had to walk to school, this time after the school competitions, you had to get a border guy taking you for free. But last time we were walking, and that was good for us. Then to enter the school, before playing for the school, of course, we were known as footballers, but known for the school, and the other guys were called ballers, the ones who were playing for the school. For us, we were called El Cambio students, because we didn't play for the school, we were just getting education from BSK. So with that, knowing us for only studying helped us much. Also, when we played for the school, we just continued with that path, because if we had entered the school as ballers last time, of course we would be taken in characters of the other guys, not going to class, going out, being with girls at school. But with the issue of starting as students helped us much, because we also had demands from the academy that we need these points in class as well as you're playing football. And that pushed us much to go into classes and also play football, because we had much time in class, because we're going at school at 7, then we come back at 4. That's much time in school. And then you had only football for 2 hours.
Did the teachers have any preference? Did they care to provide additional assistance in trying to cover up for those periods? Because if a matter of fact, I know teachers in BSK love football very much.
Of course, they had to get us some textbooks, some things, or get students for us to help us with the works that we have lost. Yeah. And then after playing football, it made us the same picture, but we hyped a bit much from the students, because they loved us, and then the teachers giving us some tips when they find you on the compound and that. But as players, because we had some character sessions at El Cambio, we didn't like brag around that we are the big boys. We have 2 trophies in the cupboard for the school for 2 days. No.
Quick ones. You had 2 years of school football in BSK. What comes off as your best game? Best game, not result or what, but best game for you during those 2 years?
For me, I think it was the Kakunguru game, the round of 16, I think. No, round of 32.
Round of 32.
The nationals.
Kakunguru.
Yeah.
Where I think, is it James who scored the goal and these people wanted to disallow it? Okay. Best teammate? Isma. Okay. Then opponent
that I've faced?
Yeah, the best during
the school competition?
Yeah.
I think Chitende.
Yeah. Then I know you were a defender. You were playing as a defender. Okay, much as you play as a midfielder sometimes. But who is that striker that you really remember and that gave you hard time for a game to mark? If you do still remember.
Actually,
Hassan Mubiru, Isha Bugembe, because I remember those guys you were featuring for.
Isa, because I considered a goal. We considered the first goal for Chitende. Isa scored. The run that he made to the box after making the cross from Mubiru, it was actually good. And the header to the far post, I think it was the hardest. Because Siriko, I would take Siriko, but Hamza handled him well. they were in their small battle.
Okay, I didn't know that it is even Isha who scored us, but I remember seeing Hassan Mubiru crossing the ball. Okay, I think that covers large of what I felt like. I don't know if there is anything from you. But
maybe from you for the last words for the viewers, maybe.
Okay, for the viewers, it's been an interactive session coming off this Friday afternoon here at El Cambio in Masaka. I'm glad. I used to visit this place before El Cambio took over. Originally, we were doing some Saturday evenings here, and eventually, I'm happy the place has been transformed into is, and further talents are being developed here, on addition of those that we've seen, we've interacted with, and we really hope for the best. For our viewers, I really thank you for watching and pray that you keep subscribing to give this boy, Joel, or the man, that is a boy. I call him a boy, much as he's a man. Let's give him a chance to thrive. Maybe some other day we'll talk about your football life after school. I know that now you are done with your Form 6 and you're probably on to something, which is one of what we are doing. I really wish you the best and hope that you also get to be the best.
Thank you.
On that.
Yeah, that has been our episode today. You've heard from him asking me some questions. I think I've answered them well. And hope you enjoy the conversation between us, the viewers. And remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Spotify, and listening, and then liking, and then TikTok and Instagram. Thank you for viewing. We'll meet the next episode.
Thank you.